So you finally got employed.
Yes.
What was that? What was the break for?
The break was to clear my mind.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so at least nikienda mbele sasa niko sawa.
But that was a complete switch, eh?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was very important. You all people understand transition.
A transition is one of the most craziest things.
Yes.
But I got to a point in my life where it never mattered. But somebody who saw my value mattered then, because we had done everything media was to offer, because I'd worked for Royal Media.
Yes.
I'd worked for Standard Group.
Right.
I'd worked for
Media
Radio
Max.
Africa. I'd worked for Media Max.
Yes.
So anyone at any given point, you showed me a check that was worth my value, I would move.
You would move.
I would move.
You'd move with the check.
We would move because, but without burning bridges.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. You know, in media, you never burn bridges.
That's right.
If today I was to come back to media, I can work at Cape Media. I can work at Royal Media, Radio Africa, because I've always created friendship.
Right.
I've always made sure that wherever I go, I never leave without a goodbye.
Yes.
You understand? There's a word called bye.
Yes.
Don't just
see you
go
later.
bye.
Yes. Don't go
it must be a good.
A good
Bye. So that you can always. Because one thing, you are here today, and your manager becomes your manager on the other side.
Ah, that's right.
Or you become a boss of your manager on the other side.
The media,
so it's just a musical chair.
Yes.
So you must make sure that wherever you are, you're positive. When you're living, you live nicely. You always create a good journey.
A good journey.
Like they always say, when you're climbing, going up, the stairs, don't break every stairs ukitupa. Unaweza fika juu unapata inawaka moto and you'd already burnt the bridge.
The
so
stairs.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Now that you see, I mean, you seem to have a very good, for the years that we've even worked together, you seem to have a very good head on your shoulders. And then, with all this goodness you've explained here, have a good bye. But then you enter into politics that seemed to be murky, dirty, etc. When did you decide that I want to go into politics?
I didn't. So many people don't know when I decided that I wanted to go into politics. Now, let me tell you. There were rumors first that if you didn't have a degree, it would be so hard for you to run.
Right.
So the first thing, I didn't have a degree. Kusumbua yote nimewasumbua. Just Form 4 certificate. A blood certificate and any other certificate that is freely got. KCPE, notwithstanding.
Right.
So I decided, let me go to school. And when I went to school, I decided to do or take a course that will prepare me for whatever I was going for.
Okay.
So I joined Daystar University to community development and strategic science.
Right.
I graduated
community development and
strategic science.
Right.
And that was that's when I decided. 4 years, even before the elections. And I went, missed classes, missed events, missed everything, concentrated on classes. And my period between that 4 years, I made the biggest losses ever. But I needed to finish school. You know how? Then, every single event had one MC. The MC that got you promoted. So can you imagine, Safaricom calls you. I'm sorry for mentioning.
Yes.
Anyway, because they
it's okay, they're advertisers here.
Yeah, they're advertisers. I know they'll even put more money. This is your show, anyway.
Yes.
Safaricom calls you and tells you, kesho tuko na event. You're needed for a briefing at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. Niko na ComDev 4:30. Will you cancel or go to class? So can you imagine, I used to have
an event. But it takes some strength to make that decision.
I used to have an event on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So for 4 years, I canceled events back to back, top events. And I made sure I graduated. Then kaboom, I announced that, you know what? I'm going to be the next Langata MP.
For you to make that announcement, because again, and we'll go back to, the history of where AVJ came from, born, bred, etc. But for you to now say, I want to make this announcement, you have just finished school, you have now an opportunity to get even a better job. Yes, but then what happened? Why did you decide?
I've always believed in leadership,
right?
Because leadership gives you a bigger voice. Let me tell you, media can give you a bigger voice, but you are looking for a solution from someone.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
So your will is Raburu, you are big already, but you will air out an issue happening in Langata constituency.
Right.
But the person with the voice to make sure is the member of parliament.
That's right.
So I used to be in this space where I was big already, but I was calling other people to come and sort issues in a community that I live in, a community that I can change. And a community that has given you so much can only expect so much from you. That's why I opted for leadership. Yes.
Right. And when you go for leadership, there's, especially for elective posts, there's a chance that you will fail. There's a chance that you'll make it. I know now it is after the fact,
let me tell you something.
Were you prepared for
let me tell you something.
Being number 2 or
Let me
3?
tell you something.
Yeah.
If you ever see me, Willis, in any ballot paper, I am the person that elected. I don't do things that I don't get. If you followed me closely, I never do things that I don't get. For example, I became the top narrator at the National Theatre the first time I was given the chance to do it. I became one of the top comedians when I got the chance. I became
Jalas,
the top most searched for, looked for radio presenter when I got the chance. I became the top YouTuber when I started.
Jalang'o TV.
When I was given the chance. I became the top philanthropist when I started taking these things that you see so people are now doing. Kuchangia watu pesa.
Yes, yes.
I did them on my show. And I still do them. Anything I touch becomes gold. So the day you see me on a ballot paper as member of parliament, I'm the MP. If you see me as a governor aspirant, I'm the governor. If you see me as a president, I'm the president. God has taken us from so far that we can just stop this far.
All right.
If you can't beat them, arrange to have them beaten. That is where you should have hand sanitizers here.
If you can't beat them, arrange to have them beaten.
You don't join them. You could be joining fools, my friend.
Yes. You arrange to have them beaten.
You arrange to have them beaten.
Right.
You can't beat them.
So now this is Heavy J, member of parliament, sworn in. Before
you even tell me, member, has it got into your head that you are interviewing a member of parliament? You think I'm your friend from the days. Even the way you casually called me, the way you still. Do you know who you are interviewing?
Do you know?
No, you didn't tell me. You know how you didn't call me Mesh. I'll actually walk out of it. The embarrassment.
Where?
Do you know this guy who told me, where? Where? Kuja interview. And come over. Mheshimiwa Willis, I will come. Actually, it's me who called him Mheshimiwa.
I will never fail you.
I can never fail you because of how.
Thank you.
We know where we come from.
Yes.
We know what has put us where we are.
Yes.
You know the fights we've had to be where we are. And that is one thing that grounds me all day. The notability to feel that umefika, the not wanting for anything to get into your head, the humility that you are brought up in still gets you grounded.
That's where I want to go, because you are
you are a child of dynasty. So some of these things that I'm saying cannot even get into you. When your father was PC Nyanza, I was still in the villages, super. Meaning when your father was PC and I was a fisherman in Oma Bay, you already having to decide whether you'll have couscous bolognese in asparagus. Uselessness from forever. You should have gone through some of these things we've gone through.
I did eventually, but that's another story.
When you decided to.
Yes.
Okay.
I had a choice. But now for you, you didn't have, there are people who today, back in the village, remember you as, we used to see, as they would say, Wodangane, fishing here. Tell us that story about, like where did Jalang'o start?
No, the question is not even that. I was born and bred in Homa Bay County, but my home is in Siaya, where I later went back and found my roots and all. But this is not that we didn't have a home in Siaya or anything, but humble beginnings and all. Siaya had always been home, but I was born and bred in Homa Bay. I went to Lake Primary School, PO Box 217, Homa Bay. And after my KCPE, I got a chance through quota system to go to Maseno School because even what I'd gotten was not able to admit me to Maseno. Right. But I was lucky enough to have the quota system. You remember the quota system then? Where they would say, apa.
Yes,
so having got my few marks, I got a quota system to Maseno School. Then to Maseno School, Willis, my old man had to gather money from left, right, and center to get me admitted to Maseno School. But 2 months later, or a month later, I think, when he had already gathered money from the time people had reported, I went and we showed up at Maseno School. We were told, boss, it is not like this time when we are pushing for 100% transition.
Right.
That then if you didn't have your the money or you didn't report, your chance would be sold. Okay. And you know who used to take the chances. So we left, having tried. So I went to Barkanyango Secondary School, PO Box 14, Nyamonye, in the deeps of the villages to start my schooling there. And I went to Form 1 using Maseno University, Maseno School uniform in another high school because my folks could not afford a new uniform. They had just bought this one at one shop called Blackberry where everybody used to be sent.
You used to buy uniform, yes.
So I went to Nyangoma Boys, to Barkanyango. And later my father took me to Nyangoma Boys in Bondo because my brother George was already there. So he wanted to be paying school fees at once, not saying that this is for Aburu and this is for, no.
Collect.
Yeah, and this is what I have. Get if you people can understand me, allow me. And then he never used to even pay the school fees. He would come with maize. The school already wants maize, right? So we have maize.
Take maize.
You take maize. Then he will be the parent who shows up at 8 in the morning when people are in the assembly. What an embarrassment. But anytime I saw my old man pushing and coming up and paying, I used to know that this is it. I need to break the chain, generational curses and the pains that my family was going through then. To just change the story and be something. Then I finished my high school at Nyangoma gracefully, got a very strong C+. Strong. C+. Very strong
Not
C+.
C+. C+.
A C+ in Nyangoma Secondary School is an airplane in Stare.
Yes.
I can't lie to you. You need to know that.
Yes.
Because something like a Buns and Banner, we saw it on the day of the exams. That's when now you are confronted with it. Hey, 1 hour still looking at it. Hey, man, this is the way it looks. Yes. And this is the Form 4, and this is your last day. Now today, the pipette is here. For real, it's here today. Today you have to do titration. I don't like you. Another friend of mine, I hope get to see this. It's called Okumangolo. Okumangolo mixed everything and he blew up. He wrote observation explosive. And this is a true story. There's even a day, you know how biology practicals, now we did our first biology practicals, eh?
Yes.
Tukachinja songora. Then Kumu knew very well that there was some meat somewhere waiting to be used tomorrow.
Right.
As a specimen. Wali kula. They hate the specimen. What I'm trying to tell you is that we used to use we used to use past. You know how Form 4s will finish with the exercise book. It becomes your textbook as a Form 3. So it depends if you inherit a book from a Form 4 as a good handwriting, at least you'll have a better textbook. You know how a set book you can have 3 or 4 copies.
Yes.
So you are given one paragraph to read. The next person, it goes round.
Yes.
You see, that is done in other schools to test reading ability.
That's right.
As it was because we don't. We did have. So Nyangoma did very well.
Yes.
C+ wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So I went and told my father that now I need to go to college, whether as a teacher, KMTC, all these things. My father's never laughed like that before. He told me, boss, you've seen what we've gone through trying to take you through high school. Now, where on earth do I get money to take you to college? You get? Where do I get money to take you to college? Right? So I knew that was it. Yeah. So now the first time, when I came back to Nairobi, now I got to know that depression hit me for the first time then. I was so depressed because you see in a neighborhood.
But at this time, we did have a definition for it.
I did not know what depression was. Where I was born, what is depression? But I now can know that now I was depressed then because Willis is gone to college, who is gone. So I'm the one who's left in the whole neighborhood. I've performed even better than some other people. I have my C+. But I said, for how long am I going to lock myself in this house crying? That's how I got myself into fishing, into the lake. So, you see, in Homa Bay, you can only go to fishing. In Narok, you'll go to the wheat plantation. In Kericho, you'll go for the tea plantation, or Kitale into the maize. You get what I mean? So I went to the lake and we started fishing. Those photos, you see the videos, that was me then. And wow.
From that
one day, a new company was being formed in Homa Bay called Capital Fish that was now going to process fish. So I left the lake, got myself into Capital Fish. Now, the most funny thing, Capital Fish is right opposite Lake Primary School. So teachers used to use me as an example. Fanyeni kazi kwa bidii. Musikwe kama yule alikuwa hapa. Sahii analipwa 160. Hey. One day my father told me, he'd always told me he wanted to be a man and go to Nairobi. Gave me 2 shirts, 2 trousers, I think 800 or 1,000 bob, then go to Nairobi. And that's how I left Homa Bay, coming to the city. It was around 2003, 4, 5 there.
Right.
That's when I was coming to Nairobi.
And now...
But I came earlier. I'd come once. One day I was coming to visit my girlfriend.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Are you still in communication?
No.
Very good.
She got married and all, but
that's good.
When somebody gets married, you leave them.
Amen.
I'm married too.
Amen.
Yeah. Jaber is Jaber.
Jaber is Jaber. Hashtag.
Yes.
So now that, all this has happened, and of course it's a story, you would eventually then go into Papa, and you'd come in and now go to the registrations and everything you said being the fast, biggest. Like they say in Swahili, as if I get it right, ni mtu wa matunda ina lengwa na mawe.
Miti ya matunda. If you have nothing good in your life, nobody will ever care about you.
That's right.
If you ain't doing anything, nobody will care about you. Willis today, if you just went somewhere and slept, nobody will care where Willis is. But if you're doing something, that is when positive energy checks in or negative energy checks in. So, kupigwa ni mingi na vitu kama hiyo. Na vile sisi tunapenda kusema, jina mzuri wachia maiti. Unajua even if a thief dies, that's when he'll have all the praises.
Yes.
Huyu kijana
alikuwa msi.
Kama si yeye. Hii street light hapa ingewekwa. Mwenye alikuwa na nyonga watu, serikali kama iweka poles hapa ya stima. Si alileta maendeleo.
Well, now,
you should have sanitized here.
Sanitize. So now with everything that's happened, you become member of parliament for Langata. You are now, of course, serving the term. Then people start coming, Jalang'o is a betrayer. Jalang'o was seen with His Excellency, the President.
You know, let me tell you something. I know what you want to ask.
Yes.
You know, when His Excellency, the President, was coming to Langata the first time, he came to Langata. You know, he lives in Langata. And Langata is the host of so many government institutions, National Oil, KEBS, NEMA, all of them. Most people do not know Langata. They think that Langata ni hapo Carnival 1824. Langata is huge.
Yes.
The biggest constituency in Nairobi. Mimi, as we speak, I'm the MP of people who are living, the dead, animals, barracks, na wafungwa. You get what I mean?
Right.
So when he came the first time, he came with my competitor, Honorable PS, Minister of Lands, Honorable Nixon Korea. He came with him to a function that was in Langata. Then there was an introduction of MP, then I'm missing. Then wao yule mulimpatia kazi hata yuko mwenye mulimnyima kazi ndiye anakujaga hapa. Then the next time he was coming now to launch affordable homes. 4,800 houses for residents of Langata, Kibra, Soweto Zone B. A project that was enshrined in the Azimio Manifesto. And Baba himself was the one who started all this slum upgrading. I called Baba and asked him, Ruto is coming for this and this. What do you think? He told me, if it's development, go. So, Ruto comes and I'm there. And it's a big event. And Korir also comes. All right? So this time he doesn't have a chance to talk.
Yes.
So it's the MP
who's being called.
So I'm here as the MP, and the event goes very well. Then the president goes to Kisumu. He meets all other MPs. Remember, paka libalishwa, paka ile Low Council of Elders. He was received nicely. Akina governor wamempatia paka ng'ombe. All these things happening. The MPs received him. They had dinner at State House. They had everything going on. And they were calling him the president. Then, a week or two later, he calls me. Jalang'o, how are you? I need you to at State House. Then I tell him, Mheshimiwa, I'll come. Very early in the morning, I go to State House and I find the other leaders there. Apparently, I'd called so many other leaders, but the few of us showed up. When the few of us showed up, it was a normal thing to me because everybody had met the president. Right. Everybody had been meeting the president. People had been going to State House.
Right.
When the photos were posted, it blew up to an extent I didn't know. I didn't know we had done something wrong. And coincidentally, the next weekend was the PG, Parliamentary Group Meeting, in Manzoni. Was it? Yes, Manzoni. And I went. No money.
Yes.
That is where I was beaten and thrown out of the meeting. Then I realized something is wrong. I tried to reach back. Nobody was reaching because now our being thrown out or us being seen at State House had created another conversation, political conversation. So nobody wanted you near them or anywhere because you will also spoil the conversation that is going on now. Because I remember the next day, there was a rally in Kitengela.
Right.
That is the first time Baba said, "Sisi ni malaya wa siasa." And it was a big thing and it became too hot. I could not go anywhere Baba is. I could not join the rallies. I could not do anything because
I would say you could not join is when you try to join people, stop you?
No, not, you can't.
Or bro, just for your life?
For my life. Mimi sina mwili ya kupigwa kila saa. Sina mwili ya kupigwa.
Right.
So, at that time, you are now floating. You are clueless. What is really happening? What's wrong did we do? In the Constitution, now, there is freedom of association, freedom of speech. What is it that we did that was wrong? Who is the president of the Republic of Kenya?
William Ruto.
If the president calls you today, won't you go?
Yes, I will.
That's it. So from that time, we've been seen as betrayers. We've been seen as, I've been called one-time MP. I've been called every single name.
Are you, so many questions now. Okay, so are you, now that the party made the decision to suspend you, kick you out rather, people have been saying, oh, kama Jalang'o na jamini sana, arudi kwa debe. Is that something, are you in your mind strong enough to go back to the debe?
Why not?
And
I would easily go back. But even now, as we speak, there's no IBC. There's not even an IBC to conduct that debe thing.
Yes.
Say for Banisa constituency, the late Honorable passed on. To date, they've never had an MP. That's why somebody has even gone to court to say that the National Assembly is not well constituted because we don't have Banisa member of parliament. As we speak, there's no one. So you resign now, then you sit there waiting until an IBC will be created in 2026. That would be stupid of me, for lack of a better word. And even why? What's wrong did I do? Saying that I resign will be validating the fact that I wrong. I didn't do any wrong. I met the president. Who has not met the president? Baba himself has met the president. But people would say Baba is Baba and he can meet anyone. Jalas is also Jalas. He can also meet whoever he wants to meet. Yes.
So do you feel misunderstood in the party, betrayed by the party? Are you still in talking terms with Baba?
Number one thing,
everybody?
Baba is not a bad person.
Yes.
And Baba knows very well that I'm his son. Were it not for Baba, even my campaigns would have been very hard. And I know the big role that Baba played in me being the member of parliament. He supported me. He supported me not only by endorsing me, but also financially. I think we are one of the few people who one day Baba told us, plan something, I will come and grace it to support you guys on your election. And he gave me personally 5 million shillings to keep on, because ilikuwa imewaka. Ilikuwa imewaka mbaya sana.
Yes.
It's not easy to beat an incumbent MP with the resources and everything. Baba supported me. And Baba knows very well, wherever he is now, he knows that Jalas is my son. And Baba loves me so much. You get what I mean? But the truth is, when politics take over, even the love, the betrayal, and everything, politics is a game of chances, a game of, how do I call it? It is a snowball. It rolls, become bigger, it cracks all. Things have been happening.
Yeah.
I've not betrayed my party. That's why I'm in my party. That's why I still pay my party monthly contributions. I still do everything that the party wants me to do. Okay? But you'd ask me, why have you not been seen in party events and all? Number one, I don't know the mood of other people around Baba. When I met Baba on an individual space, we were there like this.
Hey.
The goons and they were not there. Baba was there talking to me. Did you see? Did you see? And I'm like, hey, Baba, you are not a bad person.
Hey.
It is these people around you that makes you look bad. Today, if I know Baba is somewhere himself, I'd go. But there are people who have emotions and can easily do harm you. So I'm in the party, very strong in the party. The worst thing is that we've been de-whipped even from WhatsApp groups, everything, Atuko, so we don't know any time what the party wants. We are not in communication. Nobody tells you anything the party wants. You get what I mean? So anything you do, you just make personal decisions.
So moving forward, do you think would you want to mend these fences, and how does somebody mend fences in such a situation?
You see, if there was a mistake, you'd say you want men to mend fences. I met Baba, we spoke. He told me, my son, I don't have a problem. So you can always come anytime. But where we are right now is a space where I really want to just to make a difference in the lives of people of Langata. The people who gave me the mandate, I just want to work for them. Politics today is not politics tomorrow. When the time for politics comes, we will cross that bridge when the time comes. Mm-hmm. For now, the people of Langata are enshrined in my heart. And that is what I want. Mm-hmm. Trying to solve the major problems that people used to tell me, that Langata, there's no water. Last month, we commissioned one of the biggest projects from the national government. When people tell you, Ulienda State House, Kuleta Development, Gani. So, Langata is a problem, water problem. And one of the biggest problems of water in Langata is illegal connections. Because the pipe, the main pipe that brings water to Langata, was just out there in the open. So anybody would connect wherever. So what we did, we slabbed a whole pipe to 1.2 kilometers to let water come into Langata. Nobody can see that. And they will not tell you. But people of Langata will tell you, at least from that time, we've seen a difference in our water supply. And that makes me happy.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
The other day, we went to the PS Rono, to NHC, and they've been having water issues. We commissioned that water tank, borehole plus water tank, just to try and solve the small things from the small thing that national government tells. Somebody will tell you, why can't you use CDF? Because they don't know. CDF only gives you a chance to repair schools, pay bursaries, environment that has one vote, that's around 3.5 on spot, 3.5 million, and 35% on bursaries and schools. That is over 50 million. And I am the only MP who gave the highest amount of 35% of everything I received to school. I gave out 50 million Kenya shillings. Go ask any other MP in this country who gave more than that. It is only me. Pushed in from what our allocations from Kera. We even got more allocations from Kura. As we talk today, the people of Kuwinda Karen, who've never seen Tarmac Road, through their community, the whole place is tarmacked. Hekima Road in Karen is tarmacked, it's done. Sumba Road in Nairobi West is done. Niamey Road is done. Onyonka Estates are happy. Civil Servant 1, 2, 3 are happy. You understand? Akiba in South Sea, 1, 2, 3, all of them done in this short period that we are here. Now, from next week, I'm now starting to roll CDF projects because tenders are now out and people are starting. And that is what will make me happy. Willis, if I am one-term MP and I've done this to the people of Langata, I will sit back and say, you know what? In the history of this country, I was given a chance to serve my people by the people of Langata, and I did it. I'll be so happy.
Right.
Yes. I'd rather be a one-term MP. I worked for my people, left a mark, than be in that house for 20 years and having done nothing. Yes.
All right. Finally, there are people who watch, who have seen, there's that one person who I imagine is sitting at home and has seen Jalang'o the fisherman. They've seen Jalang'o Papa Sharan. They've seen Jalang'o the entertainer, the heavy JMC, Jalang'o the radio host, Jalang'o the TV president, Jalang'o everywhere. And now Jalang'o the member of parliament of Langata. And they just wonder, can this be my story as well?
This could be your story.
What would be your advice and motivation to them?
This could be your story. And your story must be a story of emptiness. You come from a point of, I am empty. It is only me who can fill myself. And it will fill yourself with consistency, persistency, and being hungry all the time. I got one of the best lessons from one Caroline Mutoko.
Right.
She told me, the day utafeel umefika, the day you will feel you've arrived, or you are achieved, or you made it, is the day you'll start coming down. Forever have the ruthless focus that you had from the day, the reason why you do what you do, the reason why you wake up every day, the reason, even if somebody does what, that hunger be the reason for you to wake up. Boss, I've lacked. I've been in a position where I've not had meals. I've been in a position where I've had a meal and even tipped the waiter. more than the meal itself. I choose having any day. There's no dignity in poverty. Can never be. So this could be your story. Story of humility, rising, and always being hungry, of wanting more. Either, like they say, sleep and enjoy your dream, or wake up and chase them. The choice is yours.
Right.
Control is under the situation.
Control is under the situation.
And no turn will be left unstoned.
Well, asante sana for coming.
No turn will be left
unstoned.
Yes. That's it.
And no, okay.
Control
the control is under situation.
Yes.
Very good. Asante sana for coming through. And we appreciate. So
no, you can't finish without me telling the people of Langata.
That's why I said
that's finally.
That was the final.
I hope that's not your finally.
The final.
Okay, so
yes.
Finally, to the people of Langata, the people of Nairobi West, the people of South Sea, the people of Karen, the people of High Rise Ward, the people of Mugumoini Ward. I know the only Langata you know is Mugumoini Ward. And I know you never knew it's called Mugumoini Ward. Because the Langata you know is Upper Carnival, 1824, Tiende, Wapi, Apo. That's Mugumoini Ward.
Mugumoini, right.
I just want to take this opportunity, number one, to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be your member of parliament in the 13th parliament. You've seen the work you're doing, and we will still do more. I have your heart, and you didn't make a bad choice. Politics put aside, let's work, let's deliver the mandate that you gave me. When politics come, we'll find ourselves on the roads. And just like we did for them last time, tabu iko pale pale tu.
Asante sana.
Willis.
Thank you very much indeed.
I love you so much, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
I want to wish you well with your new gig.
Yes.
And the hunger is still there. Let you never ever. And as you finish, I say, just try. Jaribu, kwani wenye walifanikiwa wako na nini hatuna.
Yes.
Just try.
Just try.
Finish Langata, Governor Nairobi, or just jump straight to deputy president. Then you become president.
Very good.
Why not? Who said we can't?
You can do it.
And I want to announce it here the first time.
Yes.
I will be president of this country someday.
You have announced it. It was
There's no better place to announce it more than here. All you're praying for is life.
Life. And long life.
God bless you.
God bless you. Asante sana. Very good. Thank you very much. All right. We'll be back after this. Remember the hashtag.